you know Fiston Maele? Yeah, that very one, the one that you want to come to Kaizer Chiefs. So here's the thing that I have to tell you. According to reports, the guy is currently earning 20 million rands per year. If you divide that by 12 to see how much money he earns per month, it comes to about 1.6 million rands per month. Now, if Kaizer Chiefs were to somehow get the money to sign the guy, they would have to get at least 30 million to get him away from pyramids. And then on top of that, they would have to give him 20 million rands per month. Do we really think Kaizer Chiefs, the Kaizer Chiefs that has struggled to sign players that were going to cost them 10 million rands, do you think that Kaizer Chiefs is going to now go out and say, hey, let's spend 30 million on one player just on his transfer fee, and then on top of that go and spend 20 more million on his wages? I think not. I think not. But I know people will still say, oh, but Mpilo, we need him. We need to break a bank. But you are the same people who are saying that Nabi shouldn't demand too much from Kaizer Chiefs. So choose a line. Either we get Maele or we go out and we find another striker. Because I think that, honestly, Fiston Maele is a foreign player, is a player who has played under Nazareth Nabi, but 50 million on one player is too much. Which means Kaizer Chiefs could send someone, spend, say, I don't know how much money they spend on these scouting trips. Go to one, there is a Chen that's going to, there is under 17 World Cup, AFCON that was playing, the under 20 AFCON that is currently playing. I haven't heard anything about Kaizer Chiefs having scouts there. They need to send someone to South America to find someone, right, to get us a striker. They can find someone, right? And that person is not going to cost them 30 million and bring him. I know, go to Gonzalez, and then he came back and it wasn't that great. But in go Brazil, go Argentina, go Uruguay, we've gotten strikers like Torel Baz. We've gotten people like Abo Castro. I know he went to Sundowns, but they have decent players. Abo Ribeiro Costa from South America. There are players in South America who can go and scout. I mean, it's still May. If they haven't even thought about scouting in a place like South America, we're gonna have problems. But I don't just want to talk about that, because I also want to talk about a few other things, including Claude Lilepo. Congratulations, he is the winner of the goal of the month. With that goal he scored against Chippa United, Marumo Gallants, then we ended up losing that game because our players have a horrible mentality. And Bruce Vuma has confirmed this, right? Bruce Vuma has confirmed what we've been suspecting all along. Uguti Abadlal Chiefs have a horrible mentality. So in the interview that they did on some radio station, they were asked, okay, what is the difference between this current technical team and the technical teams that you've worked with? And it's like, okay, Vuma from his side is like, yeah, man, in every friendly match that I've played before, I have not taken friendly matches seriously. And he says that they played one of the friendlies this season when the season started, and then obviously they were slacking around and messing around and not doing anything. And then these guys, the technical team, were angry. They were mad. They started shouting at them, talking about the things that they did wrong. And Ubvuma says he looked at them and he thought, guys, it's just a friendly, relax. But then as time went by, he then realized that, hey, actually, these guys take this thing seriously. So we also have to take this thing seriously. Which makes me say to you, one, this thing of saying we need local coaches labadlali babajwayela kabi. And these foreign coaches abangadlali nabo bayabona ukuthi, oh, it's different, which is, by the way, something that Umshini also, so khuluma ngomshini, also indicated ukuthi it makes them unique and is an important factor. But that whole thing of Bruce Vuma saying it didn't take friendly matches seriously, it's just proof that Kaizer Chiefs players pick and choose which matches they want to play in. Like, you can't say you won't take a friendly match serious, because a friendly match is supposed to be preparing you for what? For the season to start. That means the preseason of Kaizer Chiefs is just fun and games, and then when the season starts, they are now starting to be serious. which is never gonna work. Now, I'm not saying this to just target to Bruce Vuma as the only player, because I'm pretty sure he's not the only player who's been doing that. I'm pretty sure he's not the only player who took friendlies for granted. And I am sure as hell, pretty sure of the fact that even in the matches that they play, the intensity that you see at the Soweto Derby is different from the matches that we play in any other team. We play Chippa United, we look like nonsense. We play with Sundowns the following match, we look like Prime Real Madrid. You're like, what is happening here? Why are you guys choosing the matches that you want to play in? You play in this game, you are better in the next one. You lose, then in the next one you try to be better. Then you win that game, then in the next one you're like, we won the previous one, so we're fine. So you can see it. It's right there for everyone to see. The intensity of the bench of Kaizer Chiefs never changes. From one match to another, you see the same intensity, you see the same anger, you see the same shouting, you see the same instructions, by the way, being backed. Open up, press, do this, do that. Like every match I've been to, I see the same thing, and I see that this is how this is supposed to be done. But these guys are not doing it because some of them are just not taking this whole thing seriously. Come Derby Day, the coach is still intense, but the players are now doing exactly what they've not been doing in the previous games. And then the question that you ask yourself is the coach the problem, or is the players not executing the plan should they want to in other games? And then the answer is simple. It's the players. We're also going to talk about Matlho, but before we talk about Matlho, Ungcobo was also asked the same question. So what is different with this technical team? He says that one, the fact that they're from a different country, so they see things differently, which, by the way, just underlines once again the importance of having a foreign coach at Kaizer Chiefs, because they are not going to say, my time, I beg, man, no. Gune cultural difference, and it's good, because then we forget this thing. Yoguti, I know people like saying, it's important that you understand the culture of the players who are playing under you, but this is a professional environment. You will never see Uguti at Absa today they stopped because when Begnum Sebens again on Friday or something. No. You can get leave, yes, be free to do that, but you're not going to say, but this is how us black people express ourselves. This is football. You cannot come and hlohla race and tribalism or whatever that you are putting in there. And Ipola is a universal language. That is why our players do not make it abroad, because bona basuke South Africa bafuna ukuya phesheya, bafuna ukufika phesheya, ba accommodate according to what makes them comfortable and not according to what is required of them. We ended up sagcina simthuku coach weBrighton sathi racist in kanti lutho uPercy unfortunately ran out of steam in the Premier League. It was too much for him, and he ended up being ill-advised and he went to Al Ahly. I think uPercy was good quality enough to stay abroad and still perform at that level, but that's a story for another day. Which brings us to Machine, who says that, number one, the coaches are from a different country, but number two, he says when he saw them shouting, he thought they were fighting him or they were fighting each other, but then after the game, they are no longer shouting, but they are laughing, and he realizes, they're only shouting to make you feel better. And then I'm like, Khosi ngiphile Ngcobo. You know, Khosi ngiphile Ngcobo. Just type it. Khosi ngiphile Ngcobo is 25 years old. He's turning 26. And this guy has been at Chiefs for a while now. So you're telling me that all of the coaches that he's played under have not been shouting? They've just been like, it's okay, boy. You are a star boy. Just make sure you trap the ball better. That is why Khosi ngiphile Ngcobo bebe gaining weight under these coaches. But you look at the coach right now, Nazrat Nabi, you see Ngcobo, they are getting in shape. In previous seasons, these players were gaining weight while playing for Kaizer Chiefs. How do you explain that? You cannot, because local coaches will understand. I understand and achieve nothing. But the intensity that comes with the current technical team has changed the mindset ever so slightly of these players. But obviously, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, which is why a clear out is going to be necessary at Kaizer Chiefs if we want to achieve things. Speaking of clear outs, there is this guy, Matlho, who says he would like to stay at Kaizer Chiefs. Now, One thing that I like about Matlho, there's one thing I don't like about him, there's one thing I like about him. His spirit, man. Yabona Matlho, even now, today, he's still wearing the same kit he was wearing on Saturday, because in one video he said that he will change his kit tomorrow. And that just tells you how much it means to him that we won. He's a fan of Kaizer Chiefs. He's not just playing for Chiefs for vibes. He's just enjoying himself. Uguti Chiefs won and he's still like happy, he's over the moon. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the fact that he's a fan, right? He's a fan of Chiefs. He's a fan of just wanting to see Chiefs win. And you can see when he plays, he galvanizes the players. He's always the one who's telling the fans, let's go. He's always the one who's fighting, and you can see that he has a fight. He doesn't give up. I like that. The unfortunate thing with him is the fact that he gets injured way too many times. Like, he just came back from I think it was a 9-month, 10-month injury. And then he came back, he played like 3-4 games, he got injured again. Out for 2 weeks, and after that the coach was no longer selecting him, because before that injury that he had returned from, the coach, before the second injury, the coach was playing him. But then the inconsistencies that are brought to you by you not being available all the time caused him to be now ignored. So it's unfortunate. But what do you guys think? Do you think that when his contract expires, Chiefs should give him a new one? Do let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Al Pelumoy.